able to get this update from the company to understand what is happening. But I'd also like to thank everybody for being part of this system for so long. And some people have been with us now since the beginning, many, many years ago, and have trusted us throughout. Now, for those who don't know me, my name is Paul Chalmers, and I provide the trading through my team and my company. We provide the trading and also the education and the academy to NextGen. And the education and the academy have now become world-class. It has become a fantastic product. You are buying an educational package, and that product everybody sees throughout the world, even our competition, as us being number one. And we have some good news coming out about that towards the end, and we'll explain what is happening with the academy. But what I'd like to do first of all now is pass it over to our CEO Rehan to provide you with some additional information. So Rehan, would you join me, please?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. Thank you everyone who is present on this call. I'm astonished by seeing the number of people on this call, and I highly appreciate everyone who is on this call. And today, this call is a very important call, and you guys are going to receive some vital information. That's why it's good that we are seeing people from all across the world on this call. Obviously, as a company, we have over 250,000 members. We started in 2018, and we are probably the longest running financial-based network marketing company on the planet. And the reason we started this system was to make sure that nobody loses any money in a system. That's why we started this with an ethos that we want to, and obviously we created the system as probably one of the most sustainable financial network marketing programs on the planet. And that's the reason it's been running for so long. Now, there's been a rumor that's been spread around that company NextGen is closing down. Now, one thing I can assure you guys is that NextGen is not closing down, and we are continuing, and we are continuing to run as long as there is as long as we can, basically. And as you can see, the companies who shut down, they don't pay reward. They don't pay any withdrawals. If you see any withdrawals that have been put forward to the company, even there is no sale coming in, still we are paying all the withdrawals. So all withdrawals are getting paid. Not just that, all the rewards are getting paid as well every single day. That's why we are paying a company that's has closed down.
Recording in progress.
They stop. Normally, what's the first sign? They stop paying the withdrawals. They stop paying the rewards. But in here, people are still receiving an amazing world-class education. People are still receiving all the rewards and also receiving all the withdrawals as well. That's why it shows that the company is still running and continue to run. Now, obviously, there is always where there is if there is a smoke, there is a smoke, there is fire. Obviously, there is something that's why some people are spreading negative information or false information in the market. That's why it's very important that you hear from us the right information. Obviously, last few weeks has been one of the most difficult weeks for my entire life. It's never been this hard, and I think so. I've been more stressed than ever, as you can see myself as well. If you see me a few weeks ago, I was not in the same state as what I am today. That's why I've been not just me, Rizwan, Shweta, Paul, the whole management, people behind the scene, and people who are part of also the network as all the leaders. They're all been under a lot of tremendous stress regarding what has happened. Now, obviously, our funds has been seized by authorities, and there are reasons that they are. I think so. Shweta will actually explain more detail of what had why it has happened. But the thing is, the bottom line is a large funds of the company has been a portion of the funds of the company has been seized by the authorities, and that's the reason that you see a slight decline in the daily rewards that we are paying in. But that does not make, as far as it goes, is that our assurance to our community is this, that we will make sure that people don't lose out, and we pay the assurance to every single member. Now, it might take longer than usual to pay the assurance, but one thing is that company has got money in some of the other business avenues where company is generating money, where company can easily pay the rewards. Obviously, not to the extent where people are expecting, but our motto is that we don't want anybody to lose out. That's why the idea is to keep on paying the rewards until the assurance is met. Now, what is an assurance? When somebody, for example, buys a package of 1,000 euros, that means meaning they have 1,000 euro assurance. Meaning, if they have earned 500, now their assurance is 500 left. That's why the assurance is directly connected to amount to the package that you have bought, and also the amount that you have earned from the system. That's why the idea is to make sure that nobody loses out. But at the same time, the good news is that once our funds are released, we will start paying the rewards, high rewards again, and I think so that will I think so. Then there is no problem. But at this difficult time, we really need your support, help, and we need your support, because at the moment we can't do anything without your support. That's why we need your support to actually make sure we go through this difficult time. And obviously, this is not. Sorry, go on.
Rian, people will like to know that how long will that take?
Yes. Sorry. Now, thank you very much for that. I think so. Forgot that point. Now, obviously, the funds has been had. I think so. The last hearing was from that point. I think so. It was another 180 days that we've got the next hearing. And we will know that when those funds are getting released. But we've been given another 180 days for our because obviously that's a standard procedure. I think so. If anybody who has been in a banking sector, you know this, that the first thing that they have is that they can held the funds for 180 days. That's why, and there's nothing that we can do about it. We just have to make sure that we provide correct information that people have paid for education, and this money has come through the right sources, not for any terrorism or it, because people have been buying packages from all across the world, even from countries that may have certain sections on. That's why. But obviously, people are paying for education, and the education that we are providing. That's why, as long as we can provide this information, we have no doubt that these funds are going to be released. And the business back to normal. That's why business back to normal, and we can start paying the higher rewards. Now, is there any?
Shweta would like to add.
Yes, of course, please.
I'd like to add. So, as Rehan mentioned, that we've been running the system since 2018, and put together. I mean, Rehan just himself. Between Rehan and Rizwan, they've got close to 40 years of networking experience, because each of them have over 18 years of experience. And the reason, they founded this company was the fact that they could not find another system that they could trust to bring people in, to make sure that they're bringing people into a system where they are not going to lose money. Because in every network marketing, even the worst Ponzi's, people make money. Okay, they're very few people and they make a lot of money. But there's a major chunk of people who lose money. And actually, we make this system to make sure that we have an alternative for people that is fighting that sort of arrangement. And that is why through evolution, through all these years, learning from our mistakes, now with NextGen, we created a system where we have assurance to make sure that anybody who joins the system, they know that their assurance, their package value, the amount that they've spent on buying the package is secure. And we are true to that commitment. There are a lot of rumors, as Rehan said, going on, and people, because everyone expects to make minimum 400%, as that is what you can make from the system. Of course, networkers have made much more than that because they renew their packages through the money they've earned in the system, and people have even made more than 4,000%. But normally, talking about non-networkers or people who have not earned as much, they might not be very happy about this. But we need to compare this with what we have available in the market. Now, the first thing is NextGen was created as a perfect solution where nobody will lose money. But to match up to the market along with the passing time in past 1 year, we have had to make a lot of changes, which I know that a lot of you were not happy about. And trust me, as a company, we were not very happy with as well, because change is not easy for anyone. For us to make changes in the system, we've had to make a lot of exceptions for networkers in order to keep the company going. A lot of additional perks on top of the compensation plan, this and that, which we were all able to do because the company does not rely on just one source of income. That is because the company has its funds spread across, and we have multiple businesses. That's why. Even at this time, I'm very proud to say that even at this time, we had a huge chunk of money. In fact, this money actually was to be sent for giving NextGen a boost. So it was external money that we were sending so that we could trade with that money and use the profits to actually give a much needed boost to NextGen, take the rewards to the next level. You must have seen that throughout the month of April, March and April, people received higher rewards, regardless whether they QT, non-QT, regardless, they received higher rewards, much higher rewards. And our plan was to continue that. That is what we had assured the people. But when you're operating, in a business environment, there are external factors that impact. Not everything is under control, under your control. And anybody who's been a part of any business, anybody who's done any sort of business would know when banks close down, when FTX crashes, when the funds are seized, when Binance is under investigation with the US authorities, when the US government seizes 450,000 Bitcoin, and when the crypto industry from 60,000 or 3 trillion industry goes to under 1 3 billion industry goes to under 1 billion, then all of these things do impact the company. It's under 1 trillion right now, which is 1/3 of the total market. It's much, much higher than this. So all these things, in fact, that we've got real estate developments in Turkey. Turkish lira crashes like sharp 30% within no time, within a blink of an eye. So all these things impact the plans we have for our members. These are not planned by us. So the future plans that we promise to you, the prospect that we tell you, it's based on the current scenario and what we are doing to improve. But when uncertain things like this happen, they impact us too, as we are operating in this environment. However, our endeavor is to make sure that even people are making lesser profit as compared to what they expect or what we had promised, they still are in profit. Nobody loses. And I'm proud to say that we are the only company that, despite not receiving sales, is still continuing to pay rewards. If you look around, because there are multiple examples available, like dozens, not just dozens, hundreds of examples available. Companies close down their withdrawal. They keep on getting sale. They just close down withdrawals so that they don't have to pay out. But here, on the contrary, even though because of the current situations, we're not receiving sale, we're still continuing the withdrawals and we still will continue to pay. The only thing is that we have to give preference right now to people who have not met their assurance. So for right now, we are prioritizing people who have not met their assurance, and we all as a team, because I am sure that every leader on this call, every single person on this call is concerned of making sure that people that they have brought into the system, or they when themselves bought the package, they don't lose out the money that they put in the system. So as a collective group, I would request everybody right now to prioritize, to focus, and to think about people who have not received their assurance amount. And as a company, we are going to pay them rewards right now as compared to people who have already met the assurance. Once we get the liquidity back, once we get our funds released and company has more liquidity, then people who have met their assurance as well, if they have weeks remaining, they will start receiving daily rewards again.
One thing before Rehan, you add next thing. I'll just add that obviously you will have many people will have, which is some issues, some support queries, because that happens in every business, that people will need to contact us. For example, you have forgotten your password and the system is not allowing you to do so. There's KYC issue, there's phone number issue, OTP issue, your withdrawal or reward, whatever there is issue, you need to contact us. The only channel to contact us is support ticket. So you will go in your back office, you log in, there is a button there and you can do it. For example, you can't log in, you can ask somebody else because it's a teamwork. Obviously, you have a sponsor, you will have somebody else who is in the team. They can say that this person cannot log in, etc. And we can reply to that. That is the only channel to contact us. If you send any email or try to send, if you have a phone number of any of us or anybody, if you do that, send a message, it will be
It's very difficult to, because
we can't track it. We won't have a history. When you have a ticket on the back office, we can track it. We can know that what reply was given because there is not just one person working in sport. There is a team because it's 24-hour work around the globe. So that is how you will be contacted us. It can take maximum 2 working days to reply. We aim to reply on the same day, and normally it is on the same working day, but maximum 2 working days, and you will get reply. And so all of your queries will be answered, and whatever your question is will be replied to. So that's why, for example, we have 520 more than the machines on this call. Maybe I don't know how many 100 people are here. If we start taking questions here or queries here, the call will never finish.
Yes, I do want to mention in extension to what you just said, Rizwan, that any of your upline leaders, they are also networkers like you. They are not employed by the company. The company employees are the support staff that can respond to your queries. So instead of contacting those leaders, those networkers who are not equipped enough to answer, specific questions regarding your accounts, regarding your concern, it is advisable that you contact support and support only. If you're not satisfied with the response, you can again write back that you're not happy with the response. We assure you that it will be looked into in details. You will not just get a cookie cutter reply. We will make sure that the support staff looks at your particular account situation and responds to you accordingly. However, in order to get satisfactory answer and in order to get faster reply, please make sure you use the support system rather than going through your sponsored channel and all, unless you are not able to log into support and you need somebody else. That's a different story. Also, I would like to reiterate the fact, because recently we've heard a lot of conversation from different people and all. People are very scared right now because most of the finance-based network marketing companies that have come in have been scams. They have gone away with people's money. I don't know of a single company that would say that, we will at least pay you the money that you put in, even if you're not networking or doing anything. And people are equating a lot of times us with them. But I will tell you that if that was the plan, if we did not plan to deliver whatever we told, we would not be paying assurance either. And all these people sitting in front of you, Rehan, Rizwan, Paul, they would never show their faces to you. It's very easy and it's not very expensive to hire people who will show their faces, on your behalf, so that something like that happens and you need to elope with people's money, then it's no problem, because you're not a real person, or, it's somebody else who's taking the fall for you because you just pay them a couple of $100. The whole reason we're doing this, showing our faces, is because we know what we set out for, and we are making sure that we achieve that. We knew that, this is going to be a company, probably a standalone company, that will keep up to people's expectation. Maybe not like 100%, because as I said, that things are not always your control, but at least making sure that we create a system that nobody loses money. So if anything happens that jeopardizes, unless anything happens that jeopardizes the other streams of incomes and all that we have as a company, we are here to make sure that together we have positivity, together we are able to pay everybody assurance, even though it takes a little bit of time. And I'm sure that once the funds are released...
There was a query that I have very less weeks remaining, and people take the calculator out and they see that if in 1 week I'm getting this, and in my so many remaining weeks, my assurance will not complete, and what will happen that? In that case, even your weeks are 0 weeks are remaining, you will still be able to receive money until your assurance is complete. Shweta, as Rehan and you mentioned, that we are going to prioritize the people who have not met their assurance. What will that mean?
Okay, so that means everybody who's met their assurance, regardless, like if you've got networking bonuses, etc., everybody who's met their assurance, at the moment, you will not be getting daily rewards starting today. You can choose not to turn on the wheels, because once we get the liquidity back on, once we get our funds released and it's business as usual, then you can turn your wheel on. And for the remaining weeks that you have left, you will still be getting daily rewards. So you're not losing out on anything, because if you don't turn the wheel on, your weeks are still there. It's just that right now, because we have to prioritize, we have limited resources, we've got limited funds. Everybody, I will tell you, probably this is personal information, but Rizwan is putting in money from his personal business, like he deals in watches, etc. Rehan is putting money from real estate. We are putting in money from everywhere else into this system, but our first goal is to prioritize people who have not met the assurance. So right now we're just focusing on them. Once we have our funds released, then it's business as usual, and everybody, regardless they've met their assurance or not, even if they've met their assurance, even if they've earned 300%, as long as they have weeks remaining, they will get the daily rewards.
Thank you very much.
Rian, there is I was in a WhatsApp group, and some people phoned me also, and I don't know from where it started, but we have to address that here also. Some people ask, can I get my money back, my capital back? So can you answer that?
Let me shed more light on that. Basically, now the thing is, obviously, people understand how the NextGen system works. Now, people who don't understand it, they don't need to basically. Obviously, the common sense needs to prevail. The way the NextGen system works is, when somebody buys a package, there are commissions generated, like 10% direct, binary commissions to multiple members. That's why almost 50% of the money goes into commissions and company expenses and so on. That's why there is a limit. That's why even from the starting point, the company don't receive 100% of the funds. That's why company does not, because money does not grow on trees. That's why company does not start with 100% of funds. Also, company needs to pay for education as well. That's why people are receiving world-class education. That's why company has to pay towards the education system as well. And the education system that we are running here again is a world-class education system, where it costs us even to get the tools that are running to actually produce those signals are actually costing a lot of money. That's why the company does not start with 100% of the money, and especially now when the majority of chunk of the money is held by the authority. That's why when people are talking about how, about the refund side of things, people need to understand this, that the company does not even start with 100% of the money. That's why there is a process, there is a system where people receive certain amount of weeks, and company uses that money to actually generate more money to actually pay those rewards out. And again, people need to understand this, that obviously the company has, that's how the system works. And also company has the assurance side of things, that to make sure that nobody, worst case scenario, people have the assurance. That's why we have the assurance system running. But what Shweta was trying to explain is that, company has multiple streams of money. That's why obviously some people are trying to sabotage, and they just want to spread negativity, false information, and all sorts of things, and that actually makes us even more in a more of a difficult situation where company has no choice to liquidate them. That's why we don't want to get to that sort of position if people are going to be trying to destroy something. That's why we don't want to destroy NextGen. We want to run NextGen. And obviously, once the funds are released, then obviously, happy days. We are business back to normal. That's why what we need to do now is we need your support. We need your help to guide us through to this difficult situation. I am extremely stressed. The whole staff is extremely stressed, and this is something that is out of our control. It's out of our hand. So we need your help and support, because if you ask me, I am, for some people, it's, they don't really understand how much stress that we are going through. All of us, we are literally, going through a lot of stress, basically. But anyway, we as a company understand, you guys as well. You guys are also going through stress as well. That's why there's been a lot of requests from the networks to ease up things. That's why the idea is that, I think our withdrawal charges went to be to go through this difficult period. We increased our withdrawal charges from 10 to 15%. Now, for a very short period of time, we've done that, and I think that was the strategy that we were using. But now the good news is that we are reducing back to 10%. So all withdrawal charges are not 15% anymore. It's going to be 10% again. That's why any withdrawals that you're going to put through now is only going to is going to be 15%, 10%, not 15%. Now the second thing is this, that what was the second thing, Shweta?
The education is continuing.
Oh yes, yes.
Sorry,
what was the
Sorry,
second?
yes, I said that the education is continuing.
Education will continue, certainly. In addition to that, there's one little change, that earlier you were able to convert your AMGen in USDT internally to euro. That has stopped. There are multiple reasons for that to stop. One is that, if you can see, we're trying to still maintain the AMGen value. So we need external transactions. Secondly, company is not receiving any sales. So there is no USDT coming in. And for us to be able to pay out USDT, we need to convert our other funds into USDT, which again costs us. Earlier, we were able to bear that cost because there were things going on, there were sales and everything. Since right now there is no sale coming in, the cost of that conversion company cannot bear. So that is why you can still withdraw AMGen, and you can sell it on DEX rate.
And there is, because as you know, we have a case going, and it's against a government authority, so it's big. They can afford much better, probably, solicitor than us. And so that's why we need to be careful of all the one-off allegation which we have is AML, anti-money laundering. So again, we don't want to do something which we should not, i.e. pay directly USDT, etc., to different countries, because that can be taken as money laundering, maybe. So that's why our solicitor has told us to refrain from these things. So because we want to have a stronger case. And regarding that, we are our IT team is compiling all the IP addresses for everybody's logins every Monday you log in, or whenever you log in from your phone, Android, even what device was used to log in, what location, what country, what city was logged in, how many, which ID is logged in. We need to provide that which shows that it was not just receiving the money, it was actually receiving the money and providing a system. So that
and also what I want to say is this, that since we started running, the company has actually paid out 192%.
Yes, I would like to say actually throughout the period it's a lot more than that, a lot more than 192%. But also we're proud to say that 14 millionaires through this company, and not just like 14 millionaires, there's so many people who've made hundreds of thousands in commission, and all these people, I can say, upfront, have been a part of other network marketing systems beforehand, but the amount of money that they made through networking in this company, in this business, they've never made before. And very happy to say that because these are the people who were able to not only use the system, in fact, other people who knew more about crypto, who knew the entry and exit, the importance of entry and exit point in crypto, they made a lot of money in our previous projects and even in Amgen, because there are teams sitting here that have received Amgen at 20 cents as well and sold it on 80 cents, even €1. So we've got people on this call who made money through the system, and this is time that we all need to come together and do this for the system to make sure that it is running and it keeps on paying, especially right now prioritizing the people who have not met assurance, because our first commitment is towards those. Our first commitment is making sure that nobody loses money.
If your assurance is complete, you will receive a little pop-up when you try to start trading. It will let you know that your assurance, you had total number of package this much, and your even historically package this money you got, and this much in total you have made earning. And if it's more than 100%, it will tell you that you will not be able to receive any rewards for this period. So you will know that system will tell you.
And I'd just like to reiterate the fact that, in network marketing company, usually it's the networkers that make money. And this is a network marketing company as well. So I'm very happy to say, so that way we've delivered on our promises. But at the end of the day, it's the company that is liable for all the rewards or meeting up the assurance and all. And we are keeping our part of the bargain. So, but we cannot do that without all your support. As I said, that if there is anything to happen to alternative source of incomes that the company has, then it would have negative impact. And that's why we all need to come together at this point in time. And as I said, once the funds are released, then I think we're all very happy.
Thank you very much. Love you all, guys, and speak to you soon, guys.
We'll keep you posted about the updates and all, and you through company will get in your back office pop-ups regarding updates when we're going to have the next call. As soon as we hear information, you will hear directly from the company. Please do not trust any other sources through which you get information that's not verified by the company. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you all.